At Washington Square Park, they literally were pointing people out. Pointing random people out. And arresting them. What happened at Washington Square Park was fire. It was legendary, really. Like everybody and everyone is talking about it. And people are taking credit for it that was never there, right? But that's something that comes with this type of shit. Like, we started something, we don't get the credit for it, we just get criminalized, and then we only have us to support us when we get in trouble. Nobody else is supporting us. So we have to really be intentional, and we have to make sure that we are moving together, and we are not trying to get arrested. We cannot get arrested anymore, for real. We cannot get arrested anymore. So if we need to do more in-depth planning, so that when we come out, we are making sure that we already get arrested, let's do that. Everything doesn't need to be rushed. Everything doesn't need to happen on a whim. Everything shouldn't be reactionary, right? Because that's how people fucking die. Organized riots die out. We don't want an organized riot, we want a revolution. I love y'all so much. Thank you for being here with my Dell support. I love y'all. Y'all amazing. I don't know what the fuck I would do without y'all, son. I'm dead ass blessed to have this community. I've never had nothing like this ever in my life. Ever. And this is a very rare space. We all have this love. We all have it so strong, pure, and rare. We can't let anything compromise that. We gotta protect it at all costs. I love y'all.
Hey, Aaron. Yeah, maybe up and off with the stream. Just depends.
My arrest happened because I was trying to make sure everybody, I didn't want to go down with the ship. I wanted to make sure everybody got partnership before I did. That's what happened. I got caught out there with a whole bunch of them motherfuckers around me. But, shit, yeah, like I said, the shit was fire, man. I'm glad we did.
If you haven't been caught up to date, I think I was in Washington or on my way to D.C. The other night when NYPD went in with a massive force to kick people out of Washington Square Park. And from people I trust, with the video that they posted up, you had NYPD chasing them down the street once they were out of the park even going into businesses, restaurants, in order to get people out. So it wasn't about the park. It was really about creating disruption, making it difficult for people to exercise their rights. I mean, just being in the park is not a reason for them to be chasing people down the streets. And like I said, the videos speak for themselves. And it's people I trust who were doing it, so it's always going to be something I'm 100% that it's valid. And that's part of what they're speaking about right now. I'd say look through stuff from Cop Watch, also Justice for George, Protest NYC. Also, Scooter Caster had one video showing the cops actually going in and grabbing someone out of a business. So, yeah, you definitely want to go ahead and check that out. But the question is, how much is enough when enough is enough? I mean, you think that the police slow down their tactics, but they actually only do it for a moment when there's a spotlight, and then they go back to their old tricks. And those that have been around a lot longer than the last couple of years know that that's actually what NYPD does. As the one person was saying about them picking random people, a lot of you who do watch this stream have already been down that road. So just anytime you see this stuff coming across, definitely share it out, amplify it, not just from me, but from others you know. Last year when I was doing what I did
verbal. And yesterday when I was walking through the park, I seen him out there, messing with somebody and locked somebody up. And that's when I started arguing with him, man. I'm taking the fight back to him. That's the precinct that locks everybody up from Washington Square. That's what happened. So, back to his ass, man. I'm going back to Joseph. He falsely arrested me at Chipotle and said I had a knife on him. At the time, he had a different shirt on. He was dressed like these motherfuckers. Now he got a white shirt, so he done moved up ranks. Yeah, he got promoted.
Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed over the last 10 years. A lot of those that were beat cops during Occupy, when all the shit went down and they were slamming people to the ground, a lot of them have moved up in rank. And then over the last couple of years, because a number have retired or moved on, so they're still bringing the same tactics along.
The work we've been doing out here in the streets. Something that I say to people a lot is the reason as to why these cops react the way they do is because they're scared of us. Right? They're scared of a group of unarmed civilians that are in their life 100%. A group of people that are able to stand against a small military force, unarmed, right, to organize resistances against a small military force scares the shit out of the NYPD, the New York City government. Their idea is, well, if they fuck with us, we'll just send more cops out. But they realize that when they try these little tactics and these little games with us, it doesn't work. We just show up again. NYPD does not realize that every single time they do this, it's just another trick in their book. You need to pay attention to what these officers are doing. And when you see that happen, flash that in your head. That's another weapon that you've got.
So currently at Foley Square, a march will be taking place. I just wanted to stream so that you guys get a heads up. I'll be streaming off and on. If I don't stream, I'll probably do video. A lot of it's gonna just focus on some good scenes with the march, but also anything the cops are up to. So, and any random streams may have to do if the police are getting out of hand, as usual.
As long as the NYC PBA exists, as long as the NYC SBA exists, as long as the NYC DEA exists, as long as the NYC LBA exists, as long as the NYC CEA exists, which are all of the unions that are representing these officers exist, they will not be fired. So what we need to do is we need to shoot at the source. Shoot at the source. How many of you know where the NYC PBA headquarters is at? It's right down there by South Street Seaport. Right? It's right down there at South Ferry. Right? Atlas is hiding in his office, sitting up at his desk laughing right now because he knows that the union will protect these officers at all costs. That's the reason as to why Artem still has a job. That's the reason as to why Russell Cuervo still has a job. That's why the captain of the 6th Precinct, who I've got a personal eye out for, Captain Stevens Pataro, still has a job. So what do we do? What do we do? We need to come to these offices. We need to show up at these front doors. We need to start sending out letters. We need to start organizing on the streets. We need to step into our hoods and let these people know what's going on with the NYPD. Because the hood knows what's up. The hood don't fuck with the cops. So why we don't got the hood on our side?
Well, that was another conversation with others who are connected within the neighborhoods about them needing to actually reach out to some of the elders, some of the others within the different neighborhoods. Because it's one thing for the march to go through a neighborhood, but they need to connect with those on the ground. The people in the neighborhood trust their own first. And those are the ones they reach out to find out what's going on and what the meaning is. So you definitely need to connect.
Right? So the 6th precinct over there, right? Where are we right now? We're at probably the confines of the 1st precinct, right? To learn what city council city council members represent these areas. And then we need to show up at their front door and say, hello, the officers that are patrolling your area are doing X, Y, and Z. What are you going to do? You are a council member, you are an elected official, and we're going to hold you accountable. Council members can press the shit out of the NYPD, and that can be another way to get the justice that we want. There are 35 seats up in June. 35. I know it sounds crazy that when you get involved in a movement, a lot of us get really wary of being politically involved, but we have to be. We have to be. Right? That doesn't mean negotiating with politicians. That means showing up to a politician's office and saying, you're going to do what I tell you because I put you in office, and the same way you got in, it's the same way you'll get out. Because I pay you, motherfucker, and you're not doing your job. So when we start shooting at the source, we've taken little bites and little nibbles here and there, and we see what's happening, right? But we need to continue that momentum.
What he means is going at the root cause, the source of the issues, and the power players to bring about change. Yeah, I'm a stickler for wording just because it can be misutilized at a point. Go ahead and take this stream down. So.
We got a new helicopter, right? Hastings on Hudson, police department.